Where Meat Patch 1.2 has dropped arguably the most difficult boss in this game so far, or it's more accurate to say most difficult bosses. With new moves on top of a boss rush gauntlet, this fight will be one players find quite difficult. In this video, I'll give you all the information you need to know on how to beat this phantom boss rush and show you how it's all put together in a no-hit run. With that being said, let's get started.
天上地下水中央，何处不是故人呐？为生民艰苦。
大个子，来比划比划。
读与墨，何为所求？
久违了。
天下从善恶，不从恶。是。
This boss fight consists of 4 separate bosses. Fortunately, 2 of the 4 bosses typically won't give you trouble, so let's go over them first. Dao Lord has the least amount of HP of the 4 bosses and is the least threatening. The new move the boss has is a drill attack similar to the Earth Deity's digging move. This move can and should be parried. The boss bursting out of the ground can be parried also, but this has proven to be inconsistent, so I would recommend dodging after parrying the dive hit of the attack. The boss will do this 3 times. On the 3rd landing, she will follow up with a slow 2-hit combo. If you're still in close proximity to the boss, she will always follow up with a grab attack. When you hear the golden attack warning, dodge to the right to avoid the grab attack. As far as I know, this attack is bugged due to the animation continuing if you dodge the attack. This allows you to squeeze in some free damage. Do keep in mind, the explosion of the grab attack has a large radius, so stick behind the boss to avoid getting hit. If you successfully avoided the attack, and you are still behind the boss, it will slowly turn towards you until you hit it, after which the boss will dodge to create distance from you. Here you have 2 options. Fight the boss outright or play patiently and bait her slow attacks. I'd recommend to play patiently, as this is the easiest way to defeat this boss. As you still have 3 other bosses to kill, you might as well make the fight easier when you can. The move to look out for is the same move the boss did after the 3rd dive attack, the slow 2-hit combo. The boss will take a while to recover from this slow 2-hit combo, meaning you should always be able to get some damage on the boss when she does this. Before you know it, you'll be moving on to the next boss. The Phantom River Master differs from the original boss by cancelling his attacks mid-combo into other combos to catch you out. However, this boss is still slow and can be beaten virtually the same way as a normal River Master boss fight, and that's by being aggressive. The boss will start with a leap attack identical to the normal River Master fights. However, this one will need to be parried twice as the impact of the dive attack and the boss pulling out the sword will damage you. The boss will then prepare a slow 2-hit spinning attack. You will know when the attack is about to hit you when the boss lets go of one hand from the sword before swinging it. During the second spin, press the deflect button when the mask of the boss is facing you. This move has an alternate golden attack that cannot be parried. I would advise to circle around the boss to the left, giving yourself more time to react. This boss will follow this up by charging a huge line attack that hits twice. This attack must be avoided and cannot be parried. The boss will take a while to recover from this attack, meaning you can cash in on some free damage. From here on out, the boss can and will begin to cancel combos and chain them into other combos. This is where a lot of people will deflect attacks too early because of the boss's slow tempo paired with his combo cancelling. These are the combo cancels the boss will use often. His 3-hit sprint attack. Typically, he will cancel this after the first hit into a slow 2-hit spin attack. The slow 4-hit combo from his original boss fight, which he cancels on the 3rd hit into a 3-hit combo beginning with a stomp attack. Apart from those 2 combo cancels he does often, one move to know in particular is his floating spinning range attack, or floating range attack if you may. There's a bug to this move. If you knock down the boss during the startup of this move, the boss will freeze and will not be able to perform any attacks until he's defeated. It's probably one of the reasons why this video actually took long to come out, because I wanted to get a clean run where I didn't abuse any of the boss's bugs. Probably want to work on that, Everstone Studios. All of the Phantom River Master's attacks are identical to his normal boss fight, which I have covered on my channel already if you need to know more detail on his moveset. Once you take down this big guy, you'll most likely run into 2 big hurdles, one being disproportionately worse than the other. Phantom Yuan is the second most difficult of the bosses, but the most straightforward to deal with. The problem and benefit here is execution. You are rewarded for good, consistent execution during this part of the fight, but also punished quite a bit if you do mess up the parry timings mid-combo. As parrying will be your biggest asset here, I'll go into detail over the timings as well as explaining her moveset. The biggest change from the normal Yuan boss fight is that she now has 2 swords and will often hit you with multiple hits per combo that can and should be deflected to delete her key bar. I'd recommend using the Poison Divine Craft here the most, as this boss suffers a lot from it, for a particular reason I will touch upon shortly. When beginning the fight, Phantom Yuan will attempt to close the distance if you are too far away with one of 2 moves. Army Breaker, a combo that starts with a short hop attack followed by 2 spinning slashes, or she'll use a quick dash attack. If you are still too far, she will follow up with either a fast stab attack combo or a 3-hit combo where she'll kick her sword at you and then dash towards you, ending the combo with 2 spinning slashes. I would recommend waiting until the boss gets closer to you, like how I did when the fight starts, to avoid any inconsistency. The parry timing for the kick combo is as follows. Wait for the boss to kick the sword. As she kicks the sword, you will see a bright flash. Press the deflect button as soon as you see it. As soon as she dashes over to you, she will pick up her blade. When she jumps off the ground, press deflect to parry the 2nd hit of the combo. When she begins to float down, press deflect to parry the 3rd hit of the combo. The boss is susceptible to knockdown effects here for a brief moment after the combo ends. The parry timing for the stab combo is as follows. When Yuan readies her blade, the bottom of her hair will move away from her. The moment it moves back towards her, press deflect, then press deflect again a second later to deflect the 2nd hit. To deflect the 3rd hit, press deflect as soon as you see Yuan begin to fall towards the ground, or count to 2 after she jumps off the floor, and deflect on 2. When the boss's back is turned, press deflect, then when you and the boss are back to back, press deflect again. The last hit of the combo can be deflected when you just see the hilt of the sword and not the blade. This combo is often followed up by a 4-hit combo. The 4th hit is a golden attack which must be dodged. This 4th hit is what I was referring to earlier in the video in regards to Divine Craft Poison's effectiveness. During this combo, the boss cannot be killed nor can her key bar break. Once the combo ends, she will receive damage as usual. However, if the boss changes into another invincible combo, she will effectively be unkillable for 2 whole combos. This is where the Divine Craft Poison comes in. At the end of a 4-hit combo, there's a brief period where the boss can be affected by damage like she normally would, and the tick damage from the poison is fast enough to help you break the key bar if you are just 1 hit away from breaking it. Poison is also great due to Phantom Yuan's high combo hit count, meaning she essentially is helping you break her own key bar because you're deflecting quite often. The parry timings for the 4-hit combo is as follows. Wait for Yuan to be directly in front of you and then deflect. A second later, press the deflect button again to parry the 2nd hit. To deflect the 3rd hit, look for the sword raised in the air. When you can see just the hilt, deflect. Or you can deflect when you see a black smudge on the floor to the left of the boss. The 4th hit must be dodged. Wait for the boss to raise both swords in the air the moment you see the yellow flash dodge. She often follows this up with the same sweep attack she performed in the normal Yuan boss fight, which can be deflected the exact same way. All the other moves this boss does is the exact same as her normal boss fight, besides one new move where she uses both blades in another long 7-hit invincible combo, and a new additional hit to her 2-hit combo that cannot be deflected. She will usually perform her new 7-hit combo after her screwdriver spin attack. I personally opted to avoid this attack in my run, as I recommend it's better to avoid any combos you are not consistent at deflecting rather than trying to brute force it. You don't need to deflect every attack in a no-hit run, you just need to get through without getting hit. And besides, for most of you that are watching this, you're probably not going for a no-hit run anyway, so it's better to be safe than to be sorry. Now we move on to arguably one of the hardest bosses in this game, let alone this fight. Phantom Zheng E is what would happen if he stopped coughing every 2 seconds in his normal boss fight. This will be the huge mountain for everyone to overcome during this fight. There's quite a few things to cover, so let's start with the basics. Phantom Zheng E is the upgrade over the original encounter. He has everything the original boss has and new moves on top of that. Not to mention, this boss has 2 phases in a boss rush gauntlet that already has 3 other bosses. This fight can get messy very quickly. Focusing on making the fight as consistent as possible will prove to be quite helpful. This boss will start with 2 range attacks. One will summon ice spears on your location that will hit you after a short time, and other summons several homing spheres next to Zheng E. At the same time, the boss will prepare a thrusting attack that will track you anywhere in the arena. The only way to avoid this is to dodge, or funny enough, walk/stroll away. It seems for some reason the targeting of this attack is less accurate when you're performing actions like strolling or charging Moblade's heavy attack. If you are close to the boss, he will follow up with a 5-hit combo identical to the original Zheng E, and follow up with a grab attack after. The grab attack is single-handedly the most accurate move in the whole entire game, as it will even reach you if you are above him. The hitbox seems to be inconsistent at the best of times. There's only 2 ways to deal with it. The first would be to dodge the attack. However, I'd personally recommend always staying as far away as possible when he's about to use this attack. As I said before, it's incredibly inconsistent and not worth engaging with at all. If you are close enough to the boss, it can use 2 different combos. To deflect the first combo, wait for the boss to be on the ground. The boss will turn before starting the combo. As soon as you see the side of the boss, deflect. The boss will then be on your left. If you look at the sword closest to you as soon as it moves, deflect. For the final hit, as soon as Zheng E touches the ground, deflect. The second combo starts fast and ends slow. It has 4 hits. The closer you are to the boss, the harder it is to react to this move. Maintaining a dodge distance away gives you enough time to react to the move. The first 2 hits are back to back. As soon as you see the boss dash towards you, deflect. Half a second later, deflect again to parry the second hit. To deflect the third hit, wait until you see the side of the boss, then deflect. The 4th hit can be deflected when you see the boss kick over his leg. As soon as it touches the ground, deflect. Zheng E can perform his spin fan attack from his original fight, which will be followed up by a spinning sword attack after the spikes come out the ground from the fan attack. If you are more than a dodge distance away from the boss in phase 1, he can perform his 3-hit ranged attack that now is followed up by a huge slam attack. In phase 2, he can perform his desperation attack just like the original Zheng E. It's a 7-hit combo with tight deflection timings. This attack usually occurs if you are more than a dodge distance away from the boss, but can be used rarely if you are up close. Zheng E would rapidly float towards you and hit you twice with a spinning attack. When his back is facing you during the second spin, deflect twice, wait half a second, then deflect another 2 times at the same tempo. Wait another half second, then deflect the 5th hit. Wait another half second, and then deflect twice for the last 2 hits. And that's everything you need to know about the Shimmer of the South boss fight. If you have any questions or helpful advice in this fight, drop them down below in the comments. A like and a subscribe will also go a very long way. And if you still need more guidance or just want to watch some more no-hit action, you can check out this video right here.